Hello students, welcome to Disaster Mitigation and Management. In earlier class we were discussing about the impactness of disaster and how to manage the disaster and what are the measures we have to take whenever the mitigation procedure will taken. In following to that we will be discussing briefly regarding that topics. Okay, right? Under the mitigation process, training or capacity buildings, that is training continuous process and trained cadre. Selected village volunteers training program, women volunteers, exposure visit, regular studies, research and workshops should be conducted, training manuals, standard operating procedures and documentation, and one more is the mock drills, emergency rescue kits, both portable water generator set, early warning, equipment, tents, power, etc. Strengthening state and district disaster management information system, advanced communication equipment such as computer with internet facility, fax, etc. to the district control room and state control room, and the training to the functionaries to handle the equipments during the emergency. So these are the things which we will be setting whenever the disaster is going to occur for taking the control measures. So next one is DRR, that is disaster risk reduction. Disaster risk reduction aims to reduce the damage caused by natural hazards like earthquakes, floods, droughts and cyclones through an ethic of prevention. How to reduce? Reducing exposure to hazards, lessening vulnerability of people and property, wise management of land and the environment, and improving the preparedness and early warning of adverse events. So what they are saying under the disaster risk reduction aims to reduce the damage caused by natural hazards like earthquake, floods, droughts and cyclones through an ethic prevention. How to reducing the exposure to hazards, lessening vulnerability of people and property, wise management of land and environment, and improving the preparedness and early warnings of adverse event. So what they will be doing mostly, right? Next one is safety culture. According to OSHA's definition, in a strong safety culture, everyone feels responsible for safety and pursues it on a daily basis. OSHA is nothing but Occupational Safety and Health Administration, responsible for protecting workers' health and safety in United States. Steps for implementing disaster risk reduction strategy: ensure that DRR is a national and local priority with strong institutional basis of implementation. See here, whenever we will go for implementing the disaster risk reduction, at that moment cautioning the people and educating the people is very much important for understanding the communication criteria and means how to identify and how to access and monitor disaster risk and enhance early warning, use knowledge, innovations and educations to build a culture of safety and resilience at all levels, reduce the underlying risk factors, strengthen disaster preparedness for effective at all levels. Yoga framework of action adopted in UNWCDR Yoga Japan in 2005, which is one of the disaster risk reduction. Components of risk reductions are, first one is mitigations, measures to be taken before and after the occurrence of the events. So what is the before? What we will be taking? Forecasting means whenever the disaster occurs, that will be forecasted in early hours, and after that moving the people to the safest place. That all comes under the mitigation. Next one, second one is preparedness, measures to be taken before and after an event. The same thing, preparedness, response, measure to be taken during and immediate after an event, recovery, post disaster measure. So, right, what is actually mitigation? Mitigation is the effort to reduce a loss of life and property by lessening the impact of disaster. It is a permanent reduction of the risk of a disaster. Mitigation lessens the livelihood and severity of a disaster by implementing sustained actions such as improved construction practices to reduce or eliminating long-term risk to the people and property. Mitigation of hazard impacts reduce the possibility of disaster and reduces the need of assistance. So I have already told you mitigation is the major measures will be taken after the occurrence of disaster and before the occurrence of the disaster, means this all will keep in mind that every to lessen the impact of disaster, means maximum loss when it will occur, whenever the disaster occurs, at that moment property loss and human loss will be the major damage to the government. So that for that one we will be taking the mitigation measures. It will lessen the loss of life and property. Mitigation includes recognizing that disaster will occur. Attempts are made to reduce harmful effects of a disaster and to limit their impact on human suffering and economic assets. Next one is the types of mitigation. First one is primary mitigation. Primary mitigations refers to increase the resistance to the hazard and reducing vulnerability. Secondary mitigations refers to reduce the effect of hazard. Various approaches or strategies of disaster mitigation. First one is risk identification. The first step in disaster mitigation is to identify areas that are risk to hazard. Once the priority zones have been identified, comprehensive and integrating risk reduction programs should be initiated. What they are telling, risk identification, the first step in disaster mitigation is to identify areas that are at risk to hazard. Which area is prone to the disaster, and we have to initiate the risk reduction programs over there. Second one, land use planning. Land use planning includes the mapping of disaster prone areas, which should contain number of livestock per unit area, crop density, population density, road network, location of shelters, etc. Third one, structural and non-structural. Mitigation measures may involve construction, example dikes and flood protection walls, and also ecosystem based approaches to flood and erosion control, such as planting mangroves forest, and non-material measures, example land use restrictions in flood risk areas, involves construction. Next one, disaster relief and rehabilitation. Supply emergency humanitarian aids to victims for survival and relocate the people whose residence have been destroyed very badly, inappropriate of living. Next one is disaster management training and education. Trained up group of personnel needs to be found in a local, national and regional context to mitigate and reduce disaster risk and damage. Role of media in disaster risk reduction. Media is the effective means to circulate the news and bulletins about hazard warning and mitigation process. Next one, institutional capacity building. Several institutional bodies are engaged with disaster mitigation process, such as local community, organizational, local and national government, NGOs, international organizations, etc. Ability and capacity of those institutes should be as high as they are capable to mitigate the disaster. So right, next one is the disaster preparedness. The preparedness refers to the measure that ensure the organized mobilization of personnel, funds, equipments and supplies within the safe environment or effective relief. Preparedness lessens the severity of disaster by preparing the people for disasters, developing plans and ensure an effective response and recovery, and training people to implement plans after the disaster. Preparedness is making the people to face the disaster and lessen the losses. So means we will be, disaster risk reduction, people will be making the people aware of the disaster and they should move to the safest place for major losses like life that can be saved. Under the preparedness includes forecasting and warning of different hazards. Second one, emergency preparedness, organized personnel for monitoring, alert and evacuation, medical team, search and rescue team, availability of food reserve, emergency monitor food and seed reserve, distribution of disaster supply and equipment, education, training and public awareness. So weather forecast and early warnings. Forecast means in the news channels, they mostly in the forecasting one, what they will be today Telangana is going to have a heavy rainfall due to the blowing of winds from the Bay of Bengal. This is they will be forecasting and cautioning us there is a problem. They will be cautioning us about how the weather is going to be. By that we can estimate which type of environment and which type of disaster may occur. So due to that the educated people can make their preparedness, but uneducated people they need a training for this disaster preparedness. So next one, tools, various types of tools like barometer, radio sonde, satellite under the geostationary and polar orbit, radar and other equipments, early warning systems. Early warning is the major element of disaster risk reduction. It prevents loss of life and reduces the economic and material impact of disasters. Early warning system can be used to detect a wide range of events such as vehicular collision, missile launches, diseases outbreak and so forth. To be effective, early warning system need to actively involve the communities at risk, facilitate public educations and awareness of risk, effectively disseminate alerts and warning and ensure there is a constant safe state of preparedness. Task related to early warning. First one is communication, indigenous knowledge, media, instructions, types of early weather and forecasting based on duration, short range 48 to 72 hours, example cyclone, hurricanes, bombing, floods, etc. Next one is medium range 3 days to 3 weeks, that one is example cold and heat waves, floods, etc. Third one is long range over a season, El Nino and La Nino, etc. Types of early weather and forecasting based on the purpose. First one is aviation. So mostly weather forecasting that will be awareness, that will be mostly caution people for the aviation purpose. Aviation, the environmental changes may cause major loss to the aviation only. First one is aviation, second one is shipping, third one is local and fourth one is agriculture base. Level of preparedness, family, community, volunteering activity. Under the community you can find volunteer activities, protesting environmental degradation, awareness buildings, and emergency steps. Third one is national developing principles and laws. executing rules, funding, etc. International or regional, seminar, conference, exchange of technology and knowledge. Next one is the response. Disaster response is the implementing phase of disaster preparedness step. The focus in the response phase is on the meeting the basic need of the people until more permanent and sustainable solution can be found. Response is obviously whenever the disaster occurs, and due to by communicational system we will inform to the disaster risk reduction management. They people will them taking the measures whenever the disaster occurs. So response will be always done whenever the actual disaster will be occurring. To be ready for response with capability to provide rapid and efficient medical rescue and emergency supplies and equipment to those in need. Following steps of tasks should be implemented. First one is mobilization, second one assessment, third one is requirement analysis, fourth one rescue and evacuation, fifth one emergency assistance, example medical care, shelter, distribution of food, water and supplies. So these are all responses has been taken in the period of COVID also. Many of people has lost their livelihood and they were not in position to get their grains. So at that time our state government has taken the measures to provide the food for them. Many local parties also has been come forward and many people has come for the helping to the people those does not have food to eat in the this one lockdown. Next one, recovery. Disaster recovery involves a set of policies and procedure to enable the recovery or continuation of vital technologies, infrastructure and systems following a natural or human induced disaster. In other words, recovery is implementation of action to promote sustainable redevelopment following a disaster, including a new building code standards and lands using planning control. So recovery will be where it will be recovery will be done based upon the areas which are frequently prone to the which type of disaster. For example, flood means at that time at that area what they will be taking a standard codes and constructing the dams for the storage of the water and making the people where are in the low areas moving to low areas to the high hilly areas. So that includes the recovery. When it comes to the drought area means they will be taking measures accordingly. If like tsunami means that people will be taking that measures, that recovery. Next one, recovery consists of rehabilitation, reconstruction. During construction, it is absolutely necessary to consider mitigation measures including relocating, land using zonings, etc. Under that, rebuilding of house and public buildings, financing for rebuilding, repair of roads, bridges, water systems, etc. Psychological counseling, long-term assistance to rebuild the community. Roles of Panchayat Raj bodies in disaster management. While the government has the duty to help people in distress, the latter have a greater responsibility to help the government to cope with the disaster. So Panchayat Raj is a local bodies which will be available to the public in any emergency that. So obviously whichever the funds Panchayat Raj will be getting, that amount should be, that fund should be used for the recovery after the disaster. The following are the major roles and responsibilities of the three tier systems of local self-government before, during and post management period. The following are the major roles and responsibilities of the three tier systems of local self bodies like Panchayat Raj, which is always available for the public help, right? In the villages, mostly you can see the Panchayat Raj before, during and post disaster management period. Gram Panchayat or village levels, convenes meeting to ensure timely warnings. Convene meeting to ensure timely warnings, because in village most of the people does not know what is what, because there you can see the mostly uneducated people in the village level. So that people has to get the educated, means that people has to be trained well, and timely warnings has to be given. Update information on civic amenities, population, etc. Select safe location for people and livestock. Arrangement to evacuate the elderly, the disabled, children and women. Medical sanitation facilities at relief camps. Disconnecting power lines during high winds or gales. Storing food grains, drinking water, etc. So block or mandal panchayat, supervise preparedness of gram panchayat, consolidate village level information on items listed under gram panchayat, assessing preparedness of primary health centers or evacuation arrangements, etc. Engineering staff at the block or mandal level should repair drainage or canal or roads, etc. Contact ex-army or security forces personnel, volunteers to organize task force for assistance. Why they are taking this into consideration means whenever the disaster will occur, the public gets panic. When they get panics, what they starts to rush. In that rush, due to the disaster, we may not occur that much loss, but when the public get panics and they starts rushing, in that moment there is a very huge loss of lives. Function as link between district and village level counter disaster activities. Jilla Panchayat or district level, the district collector or CEO should convey a meeting of all district heads of sectoral departments and Jilla Panchayat members before the start of likely cyclone period. Means the seasons, this type of seasons will be May to June and October to November. This type of convenes meetings of all district heads will be conducted. Initiate all concerned departments to take up necessary repairs and maintenance and related works for the preparedness. Organize task forces at district, block and village level. Identify NGOs useful in providing assistance during disasters. Check inventories of items required at short notice for rescue and relief operations. At first warning, call meeting for crisis management group, that is CMG, and alert blocks or villages. All CMG members should be asked to keep their personals in full preparedness. These are all the local bodies. Here you can see that. So district collector should be made the CMG leader and establish a control room management by senior officers round the clock during the crisis. Panchayat Raj role in rescue and relief before and during the national disaster impact. The Gram Panchayatas or village level set up temporary shelters or relief camps after initial warning, store food and water for people, livestock. Evacuation of people and livestock should start immediately after final warning. Keep rescue volunteers and task force ready. All taking this measure to only loss can be lessened. Loss can be lessened, but loss cannot be prevented. Loss cannot be prevented, but that can be lessened by taking all these measures. District or block medical reliefs, District or block medical or relief teams may be asked to take position at strategic points and coordinate with the village volunteers or task forces. Organize veterinary aids. Why organizing the veterinary aids? Aid teams for taking care of livestock and removals of carcasses, disposal of dead bodies and prevention of the spread of epidemics, assessing loss of life, livestock and damage to the farming properties. So livestock is the animals. For that purpose only veterinary will be taken. Disposal of dead bodies and prevention, that may spread epidemics whenever the dead bodies, whatever the whenever that in that moment only dead bodies has to be disposal immediately, or else due to that dead bodies the decomposition may leads to the epidemics, then again the epidemics will become a one more disaster. Identifying the vulnerable areas, send task force volunteers to supervise safety measures, evacuate people from these areas and help GPs in organizing relief camps, arrange for emergency communication through police, wireless and ham radio, etc. Arrange supply of food and other items to relief camps in adequate quantities. Supervise rescue and relief activities with district levels officers. Inform CMG if help is needed from police and defense forces. Assist armed forces in rescue and relief operation. Supervise rescue and relief and coordinate with various agencies including NGO. Monitoring situations, identify blocks and villages most likely to be affected and in issue warnings. Active control room and keep a full watch on the situation. Arrange emergency communication with the help of police, wireless or ham radio. Put CMG on the job of assisting put CMG on the job of assisting and village panchayat with counter disaster steps. Arrange transport for evacuation of people and livestock. Arrange for temporary shelter or relief camps. Seek assistance of armed force if necessary. Monitor rescue and relief operations at village and block levels. Assist lower panchayats in mobilizing task force volunteers, NGOs for rescue and relief. Roles of panchayat in reconstruction and long-term mitigation. Role of panchayat in reconstruction and long-term mitigation plans. This we will study in our next lecture. So kindly follow the notes. I'll be giving all the notes. I'll share the PDF for your internal examination. You need not to worry. I'll post the videos. Kindly cooperate with me because I have started it late. So please kindly go through the videos and prepare the notes, even though I'll provide the notes, please. So till now we have studied. Today we have taken disaster risk reductions. We have studied about the disaster risk reductions. Under that what we have studied: preparedness, mitigation, recovery and response. This we have studied under the 4, and under that what are the roles and responsibilities of Jilla Panchayat. Right, this we have studied for today. This is all for today, and in next class we will be studying about role of panchayat in reconstruction and long term mitigation, and we will be studying about some impacts of disasters and management in the next class. Thank you. So I forgot to tell you, kindly write the assignments. I have already told the assignments. I have already discussed the assignment questions in the previous lecture. So kindly, if anyone don't know, if anyone did not see that video, kindly check that video for your assignment questions, or else I'll provide you the PDF and I'll send the questions. So kindly complete the assignment. Based upon the assignment only you will be getting the 10 marks. So please write the assignment. Thank you.